again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, them on the waste, and bust a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God, and say that is not you. On the head, the man above him, look him, I got a bet too much. Eat in the kitchen, some fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me,
300% free.
it burn me,
Garbage pile of the day.
it burn me,
Give the teacher them
it
raise.
burn me,
I see corruption
it
please.
burn me,
Mash down the people them house.
it burn me,
Every day appear arms out.
it burn me,
Appear money them a thief.
it burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and thief when them sell.
It burn me,
Or they treat the market man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the cat man.
it burn me,
Or they treat the peanut man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the dirt man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the soul man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat policeman.
it burn me,
How them a treat soldier man.
it burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, see them a plan up and a try to put them on on we head. But man a live too long, them want Wayne Global fitted. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I through the bank I like the break, but we ain't all about the bread. We open up on the ears and no listen when we said, cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen on the bed. Them one with a fall, we living on the edge, I must say true, make this them. We ain't Global TV, we are 90, and 90. Who Jaja bless, say no man can curse. Give it the Range Rover, who no drive yours. Boom! We in Global TV to the fullest one cup of excellence. See me?
Here they bloom, but for a season. But soon their beauty will decay. You see, I'm going to a city where the roses never fade. Good morning to all the faded roses. Good morning to Nectar Morgan. Good morning to Kamina Johnson. Good morning, Wilford Rattigan. How do you do? To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. Good morning. If you are joining from London and the United Kingdom, good afternoon. Good afternoon to the people of London, to the people of the Midlands, the West Midlands in particular. Good morning to the people of the United Kingdom. Good morning to my people across the globe. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. The state of education in our country call the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Education. You see them both on screen there. But also call Mr. Rattigan, because I have something to read for you. And I'm going to also invite you, the listeners, even those manipulated minds, read for yourselves. Now, on my Facebook page this morning, there is a prodigal boy. Tell him to come without delay. Oh, there is a prodigal boy. There is a prodigal. Oh, we are calling you from fear, calling you from fear this morning. Debbie Jarvis TV, good morning and welcome. Jason Kane, good morning. Beat and Teach. Deb, Violet Watson, Patricia Matthews, Sunshine, Natalia Freeman, Sim, Cousin Jay, Wagwan, Pauline Dixon, Sharon Bernard, Michelle Lewis was God gift, Dolores, Wayne Jones, Carleen Jones, Pamela Akola, Faye Lyon. You can all call me the Zara Burton of social media. The Zara Burton. McKnight Hunnigan. Veteran. Wagwan. Veteran, I got call you after the show done. Raymond G. EM. Blue Waves. Oh, there is a prodigal boy. Hey, tell him to come without delay. We are calling you from fear. Now, the lawsuit, the Kamina Johnson lawsuit, I'm going to do a whole program on that. But Mr. Rattigan told us all the decision was that he had no standing. Millicent Jones. I invite you all to go over on my Facebook page. The judgment is screenshot and is there for you to read for yourself. There is another judgment that I will read excerpt from for you. This was concerning the case between Wilfred Rattigan and the FBI. And how Rattigan may have been wasting donors' money on these lawsuits, but particular in the one against Nesta, where Nesta spoke about some things that were documented, or Nesta spoke about some things Rattigan allegedly did when he was in Saudi Arabia. But Nesta wasn't just making it up or talking off the tip of his head, as one would make to believe. I didn't prepare it on screen, but I'm going to read something for you from that court case between Wilfred Rattigan and the FBI. Following a short vacation, Leighton returned to the office. That's their Washington office. In January 2022, becoming interim desk officer for Leggett. Now, Leggett is the senior FBI. The Alert is the one below them. So I think at that time, Rattigan was the Leggett. He was a senior attaché. became interim desk office for the Legate office in Pakistan and in the Middle East, including the Riyadh office. The Riyadh office in Saudi Arabia was where Rattigan was based. Leighton testified that his interaction with Rattigan during his time led him to become more concerned, especially given the importance of Rattigan's office to the FBI mission in light of the September 11, 2001 attack. After consulting with the IOI supervisor, that's the supervisor in the Washington FBI office, Leighton documented his concern in an electronic communication, i.e. a memorandum or a written internal use by FBI and other employees. Let me read for you some of the things that Leighton documented. In his electronic communication, which he began drafting in the end of January, he completed in March. Leighton reported, among other things, one, that Rattigan occasionally wore Saudi Arabian national clothing he had received as gifts from the Saudi Arabian security services, creating the impression that he had gone native. Two, that Rattigan's Saudi Arabia colleague were attempting to find him a suitable wife. Three, that Rattigan hosts wild parties attended by other agents and by female nurses, a term that might be used by Rattigan. Rattigan as a euphemism for prostitutes. The nurses you hear described are not professional nurses. That's Rattigan euphemism for prostitute for his wild parties, which Leighton documented Rattigan's behavior in Saudi Arabia. 4, that Rattigan and his assistants, Abel Asif, were inattentive to the FBI investigation of September 11 attack. 5, that Rattigan took an extended absence to make a pilgrimage to Mecca along with Abel Asif and their Saudi Arabian counterpart, during which he had been contacted only through Saudi Arabian security. And 6, that Rattigan refused to allow temporary duty staff to interact directly with the Saudi Arabian security service. Leighton gave a draft of the electronic communication to, we can't call the man your name, Presco Muscovy or whatever it is, who then returned it along with suggestion made by his assistant and directed Leighton to address the final communication to the attention of the Security Division Section Chief, Edward Subert. When Mr. Sawarosti, or whatever his name, received the revised electronic communication from Leighton, he forwarded it to the Security Division together with a cover memo acknowledging Rattigan pending discrimination complaint against IOI supervision, including himself as including himself, and asking the division to pursue the communication and consider the potential security issues, making the appropriate referral. Those were the arguments Nesta put forward in that broadcast that Mr. Rattigan sued about. I'm going to post the case for you, but the case is Rattigan versus Holder. Does Mr. Rattigan really have a ground to sue Nesta on if Nesta is bringing forth an argument that was produced by his FBI, whether he lost the case, whether he won the case or not? Did you, Mr. Rattigan, use discrimination to get out of this case is one of the questions. What these two cases highlights, though, when you read them, Mr. Rattigan is not someone who likes to follow procedures nor rules. I will leave that there for now. I will leave that there for now. But the judgment against Kamina Johnson, please read for yourself. It is important that you read that judgment for yourself. Ask yourself the question, is it a really valid lawsuit? Somebody help me to pull back that information. I want to see the context of how Nesta did say that thing. I don't remember from the top of my head now. If someone could help me to pull back that information in how Nesta said it, it would be very important, because there's black and white information out there, you see. So that's that. But I'm going to do a show on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, Rattigan and Kamina. That will be interested. You may want to listen to that. Call the Prime Minister, the Minister of Defense, is he not? Kim Francis, me not take no something then. Me not have no money to pay for no marketing. Me will one cocoa full basket. Now, if you don't understand the patois, I will grow over time. I really don't have money to pay for marketing for more viewers, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or anywhere that I broadcast. Is about getting the message out there, you see. I really don't get involved in the whole marketing thing. Thanks for your put out though, but I will one cocoa, you see. I will one cocoa. Call the Minister of Defense. The Denon Town shooting. No, I could deal with the shark first. There's a conflict here between Chilani police and Chilani people. And I think the police ought to be careful of the advice they're giving if them don't know better. The police is alluding that it wasn't a shark attack. Community and family members are saying it was a shark attack. The police are saying the shoreline is safe. But I want to play something, I think, from one of the family member of the young man from William Nib, because I don't think the police should be given those information if they're not sure of what is going on within the area. But let's listen to a family member of the young man explaining what had happened.
Ready? Alright, good night, TikTok. There are some rumors spreading that I'm a fact. I'm just scroll on Instagram and see where Mr. Milton, the commander-in-chief, the Trelawney, have stated that there is no shark in Falmouth water or Trelawney water. And the youth found 2 miles of sea. Nothing like that, man. No 2 miles of sea, man. I'm his uncle. I'm in the fishing for 27th year. 27th year, me a fish now got 28th year. Missing the shark already. He went missing on Monday. He go to sea Monday 6 a.m. Monday 6 p.m. 5 p.m. when we notice he now come from sea, so we go over the station and make a report. Say he missing. However, they intend to call the Coast Guard and make them go and make a check. They didn't turn up, so we tell them that tomorrow, which is Tuesday, we'll go and make a check, because we probably know an area where he's swimming at daily. When you go and make a check, when you go, we find him on one side and we find his body one side without head. You understand? In the process of taking up his body, there comes the shark. About 4 boats away go ahead. We shoot off at the shark twice, and the shark swim away and come back. Decide he not left because he know say make a kill. You understand? And because we take the body out of the water, make him not come back and finish eat off the youth. Not more than the youth shoot a big fish. When he shoot the big fish, the shark attack him. And when the shark attack him, you know how we go. When the shark attack him and eat the fish, the shark, worse if you get a cut. When you get a cut, the shark will come back and eat him. Only no want to see his sight of the body. Only no want to see it. So no listen to nobody when they talk crap when they know nothing about sea. Their foot never wet. They have never been to a beach to swim, much less to go out in a deep. And the youth barely dead a mile away from the land. It's so close. Next to the ship here. Not even a mile away from the land. The shark eat the youth. So I don't want nobody come in the comment section and come say this and you don't know about sea, brother. You don't know about sea, you stop make no foolish comment them. If you don't want to know, you ask and see if you can get and have a better idea of people when know how the thing go. And you get what I say? You don't follow nobody, brother. You don't follow nobody. The shark eat the youth. And several times the shark rush me, but through my experience, I know how to overcome that. You know no experience of being a shark, attacking out of sea. You know, been through them as something young. You get what I say? So I don't want to come back and tell me no fooling shit and don't come in and come this or no. Here, I'm telling you that. Lock him off now, my son.
I think the police should be careful in the advice they're given with regards to the shark and the water, especially in a tourist environment. I think they ought to be really careful, because we know so them people here don't really, when certain things happen, when them have something to hide, them really don't come forward with the right information, which is going to lead me into the next story. That one here. Andrew Holness, Minister of Defense. What is happening in Denham Town? What is happening in Denham Town, Andrew Holness? And what is happening about your men? Let me say this, Jamaica. You see how dangerous knee-jerk reaction can be? Now, when this shooting of this private took place, we all thought, based on media reporting, this was done by Denham Town gangsters or badmen or whatever, isn't it? They even had the argument out there that he was threatened by community members. You see how knee-jerk reaction could let this government sending people go shoot up innocent people picnic in Denham Town, Minister of Defense, and Minister of Policing and Crime. Them a cover up. If a shark attack the youth, why them a cover it up? It's all because of tourism. Them don't want Jamaica tourists to start having fear of Jamaica's water that sharks are invade with shoreline. If we have earthquake 3 times in a month, why you think shark not deserve to swim anyway? They want to swim in the water, sir. We don't know about sea. Shark go anyway. They want to go in water. Don't follow them boat. Shark down the on this shoreline. Nothing no go so. Shark go where they want to go. Especially anyway, fish definium. And fish normally always in a them reef near the shoreline. Don't follow the lie at them. We grow up on coastline. Don't listen to the wicked them. Foreign people, don't make them setting up for shark eat, you know. Do no research and be careful. Don't listen to the authorities them. Jamaica authorities them tell lie, especially when them are look for profit. But one report in here, I think this is over Grandma Sus. JDF not ruling out fracticide in soldiers' corner in Denham Town. Now, fracticide is the act of killing one's brother, tribe, or group member. But then, the one that irritates me, the fracticide makes sense. The one that irritates me, though, is the friendly fire. And these media must careful when them talk. Now, if you're going to claim or put out a friendly fire narrative, you have to be able to prove to us. I think I the wicked observer this year. You must be able to prove, Minister of Defense, mouthpiece and all, that for that friendly fire, for a friendly fire to occur, there would have to be an operation where such a mistakenly incident could have taken place. But that's not the narrative we were given, though. The narrative was he was shot on a checkpoint, is it not? The assailant, as the narrative, would have been Denham Town men. The friendly fire argued that the fracticide makes sense because it looked like he would have been taken out by one of his based on where in the come or whoever is going with the investigation. I want to ask the Prime Minister, though, was this an ordered assassination by the Prime Minister or his ministry or a hierarchy within the Prime Minister's portfolio? I noticed, Prime Minister, around from the time when little Daniel was murdered, there's a trend of soldiers being assassinated, Prime Minister. Just the other day, Prime Minister, one claimed with a scratch handbag with him gun stuck between his groin, Prime Minister, shot himself, did he not? I wonder, Mr. Holness, if there is a pattern here of you assassinating your law enforcement people from JDF, because them just either get murdered, so commit suicide, so it don't look safe to no JDF. Hey, police, and when them I got taught pan uno. But certainly, over the last year and a half or so, it really, or over the last, so over the last year and a half, it really don't look safe for no JDF members. And one day for not think twice. It put out pan uno amongst uno JDF. It how we come up. And Your Holiness, whatever happened in the defense ministry or to any of our members of the JDF and Your Holiness, the buck stops with you, the Minister of Defense. Was this an assassination, Prime Minister? And who, Prime Minister, if not you, would have ordered that he been taken out by one of his very men? Prime Minister. I wonder what JDF, you know, see where it go. You know, see a dictatorship, JDF. Anybody break ranks or anybody not follow stringent dictatorial order. I wonder what's going on in the JDF, Prime Minister. You kill a group, Prime Minister. You don't only set them on, you don't only unleash them on the young men across the island in the Prime Minister. Even in your law enforcement men, you're not afraid to use your law enforcers and take them out. If we're following the narrative line of investigation in this case, friendly fire, fratricide, one I go come tell we next, suicide. What is it, Prime Minister? What really is it? Fix, how long fix have to go? 8 days? No, fix have about 8 days to go. I wonder fix. I wonder fix can conjure up anything to tell us in the last 8 days. I wonder if Andrew is going to extend fix. Hey, don't Andrew love to extend his special people. But I don't know if Fix will be able to come out and tell us, what do you think happened, Fix? Maybe he's going to stick, then just go off on him, so. It wouldn't be unheard of for Fix be able to come tell we say, him gun did stick on him and fix it. And he gonna just turn around and go off on him. So it wouldn't be a far-fetched story. It really wouldn't be a far-fetched story, given the amount of far-fetched story we've heard from Fix. Come on, man, and talk the truth. What happened to this young man? He has a mother too, a family. Somebody loved him too. This Prime Minister has gone rogue. JDF members, you are at risk. Look at the track record. When you get murder and robbed, when you commit suicide, somebody shot on the down, then it's fratricide, then it's friendly fire. JDF, it's not looking good. It's really not looking good, JDF. Check the record of your lawmen over the last, of your squaddies over the last year and a half. There has been some killing which are very, very questionable and suspicious. Our, wanna collude with it too? Or it a frightened somehow? Or someone have to shut up to follow the status quo. But if it look like what it look like, how long before the Prime Minister ordered that weapons be turned on just about any one of UNO we don't follow him rules? We can count about 4 or 5 soldiers now will get taken out in questionable ways. The one that when Daniel, with them shot in them chest or forehead or wherever when Daniel, one will commit suicide the other, they claim commit suicide the other day. This one, and there was another one will get shoot down, but about 4 or 5 of them within the last year and a half, JDF. Check how much of your men has been taken out in what could be said to be questionable circumstances. Your Prime Minister has gone rogue. Look at how your Prime Minister has unleashed the police across the country to carry out violence. Rather than arrest them and gather intelligence, the Prime Minister is just interested in an all-out onslaught. But the Prime Minister keep today, I think about Wednesday, the Prime Minister having back to school hurrah in his constituency. And as you know, the Prime Minister is always wheeling and swirling and twirling for the camera.
Can't choose the fence where you be.
All right, we're looking good now. We're looking like we can start. Ready? All right, let's go.
Propaganda and bravado, is it not? Propaganda and bravado. What you could do, though, Prime Minister, is get a grip of the devastation that you have helped to create. I mean, I say you want create. You notice I use the word have helped, Prime Minister, to create from the time you were at the Education Ministry and to know as the Prime Minister for the country. Everything about your strategy for education is a mass failure. Everything about your education policy is a mass failure. Look at how much money has been raided from the education budget under your tenure is a perfect example to show that your government has no interest in education. Look at the working condition and look at the teachers' migration, the brain drain from our education system. You all have not dealt with the issue meaningful in a way to improve our education system. What the government has done is rather turn a blind eye and deaf ears to the Jamaica Teachers Association and botched up their pay review and all that. And Nigel threatened them, take it or leave it, was the mantra from Nigel Clark. But it's the same government that is running around employing teachers from Cuba, Nigeria, Ghana, Philippines, India, to botch a broken education system. You're employing people to come in from other countries who doesn't understand the culture of even when our education system had certain standard. Never mind when it's a broken, violent territory. The better way, though, to go about the situation is dealing with it at home. Improve the working conditions within our schools for our teachers and indeed our auxiliary workers. And I'll turn to particular scenarios happening in our schools across the island. Teachers would know this, parents, many Jamaicans would know this. That our schools, teachers, for most of it, there's no proper staff room in most of our schools across the country. Teachers and auxiliary workers in a lot of our schools have to go under a tree, go eat them lunch. Auxiliary workers have to spend them under a tree, spend them break time. If rain a fall, auxiliary workers have to find a tree to go shelter rain. These are classed as horrible working conditions. Where your staff them don't have place to change, them don't have a place to have them lunch break or them tea break or their rest break. How hard it is for the Ministry of Education to have a staff room at every school where all staff members they have a kitchenette area, the microwave, the kettle, a seating area. How hard it is for the Ministry of Education and the Jamaican government to improve these working standards across our schools. The pay scale of our teachers is woefully disgraceful and inadequate and cannot carry them through the socioeconomics of day-to-day society, because it's just not enough. If you deal with those two issues at home, Andrew and Favor, the working condition and the remuneration of our teachers and auxiliary workers, particularly our teachers, because I know our auxiliary workers, them are run away. Them that they bear the brunt of it. A better way to deal with the education crisis that our country is in on the academic front and on the cultural front, you need to deal with it at home. Employing teachers from abroad is just going to worsen the violent clash of culture in our schools. But the unfolding problem here is the after effects of burial on our schools, the after effect of burials on our school and the shoddy workings of JPS, the shoddy management of local government and central government in the recovery process. We know, say, the 14 parishes of Jamaica, we locally homegrown masons and carpenters and contractors, and them build house for we in our community. You mean to say MPs and councils across the country in every parish couldn't gather these people together under a short-term employment project for 3 years and make sure all of these masons and carpenters, which not have not much of one now, the government make sure all of these people employed for a short-term period of at least 3 months to make sure all our schools them get ready infrastructure-wise back up and running. I mean, the piecemeal here, there, and everywhere. It's not working. The government doesn't seem to have a central command of how it deals with problem. Because the government don't have time to see, the prime minister don't have time rather to sit down and do anything but running around the country taking away everybody's portfolio. If the prime minister cannot run around the country, so in every office and in every portfolio, what on earth is he doing? I mean, nobody don't have to report to him anymore because him want to do everything. Nobody really have to report to this prime minister anymore. If it's defense, him. If it's national security, him. If it's finance, him. If it's health, him. If it's education, him. If it's energy and transport, him. Where have you not seen this prime minister? Agriculture, him. Where have you not seen this prime minister? Hey, turn your tongue. You see this prime minister in front of camera. When I can't hit the like button, I want the like button doing something. I want to global TV talk about truth and I hate the truth. I bet if I hope I lie, me I tell all no more than have likes and views. They don't know what to do with them. I'm not gonna hear truth, so Lord Jesus. Boy, I can't stand bad pan truth. On a tan bad pan truth, on a just afraid of the truth. But I can't hit the like button still. It don't do nothing. Me not see nothing wrong with on a finger. Because if something did wrong with on a finger, maybe when I wouldn't have time to take up on a phone, sit there, I watch and I listen. But unto wholeness and favor is a total failure to the education system. Warrell, Grace, McLean, Cassandra, a holy Dr. Lady that you know. What's your name? You know, free funny too. You did Andrew Permanent Secretary and Ministry of Education. And you help him thief a whole heap. You help him squander a whole heap of the education budget. We don't remember what your name right now. Mother Pastor Allen, yeah. Hold on, destroy education. The hold on. Just like how we see the unfolding the battle in front of us, it shows that the hold on come together and mash up with JPS going in. I same thing it shows that walk and mash up everything in our country. Look at our education system. Well, Labour just has to say, if we had followed the Michael Manley route, would not walk and employ Cuban teacher now. We could be exporting teachers across the world as a business. But then again, we don't have politicians with visions. And the people who come along to wake you up, rather than waking you up, they sit around playing mind games with you, leading you into their direction, but not leading you into a direction where you want to go and find out more for yourself. And that is why I'm always encouraging you people. Read. Please read. It is important. Abenasako, how you do? It is important that you read. Do not just take people's word at face value. You know, some makeup can make anybody look pretty. Sweet talk and God can make you trust anybody. Read. Read. Assess information from many different angles. Read. Read. I can't say this enough. Read. When I say stop it. Stop walking and make people tell you things. Read. It is important. It is important that you read. People can come and tell you a story when I go so. But then if you go and read what they might tell you about, you would realize that they are only telling you the part that would soften you up to them, or the part that will grip your attention. But the parts to give you a rounded view of the whole scenario, they really don't want you to know that. Please, read at least a paragraph a day. Your brain will get used to wanting to read more. I challenge you to do that. Just a paragraph per day. Dedicate yourself to that. And I'm not talking about a paragraph from the Bible. I'm talking about go online and research something or pick up a book and read something, at least a paragraph for the day. You would be surprised the shift in your mind, how your mind would want to read more and more and more. You can train your mind, you know. You don't have to keep your mind in that docile state where anybody else can just come and pick up your mind and gain it without any questions or any pushback or a meaningful debate. You just sit down there and sup it all like a sponge. Please read. Dedicate yourself to reading at least a paragraph per day. You would be so surprised. You know, a lot of things I read over and over. And when I'm reading it the second time, I came across sentence and word that I never remember that I saw when I read it the first time. If you're reading a paragraph, try to read that paragraph at least 4 times. And see if each time you read that paragraph of that 4 times, you do not have a clearer or different understanding to when you read it the first time. When I go just get up every day and make on a brilliant minds them go to waste. So the most brilliant piece of tool God has given to you is this great thing called the mind. And it creates ship, plane, bomb, atomic bomb, all of these big glorification materialistic things that we hover and hover to. The brilliance of the mind. If you ever use that thing called the mind in a way progressive to your development, you would be surprised how fearful people are to tell you lies, because they will look at you and see that, no, I can't try this one. Your mind is important. The war over religion is about the minds of the people. The war of culture and ideology, it's a war about the mind of the people. The war and propaganda of mainstream media has always been a war of the mind of the people. Social media is one of the most brutal places over the war of the minds of the people, because you have so many different people jostling in the marketplace of your mind. I'm not here to jostle you. That's why I don't care if you subscribe or not. What I care about is putting information out there that just might help you to think, that just might help you to go and pick up something and read without somebody coming to you and tell you that the sky is blue. Go there and look for yourself. Is the sky really blue? What color of blue is the sky? How could he come to the decision that the sky is blue? That is not my opinion. Don't just take it from somebody that the sky is blue. Thank you. I hope the Prime Minister and the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Education can see it necessary to have a U-turn on the way we tackle the crisis in our education system. I do think the way we are going about it, employing foreign teachers, is not a way that will solve the problem. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. We will continue the fight against injustice. We will continue to awaken the minds of the people wherever it takes us. One thing, though, the Global Television Group is not going to get involved in is a mind twisting and game playing. Don't have the time. Thank you and good morning, good afternoon from the Global Television Group.